Coming to you from 8122 Production Studios in the heart of the 607, this is Horror Zone 607. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. And remember, you can always join the conversation using hashtag HZ607.
Bunker in Haley Mills, Illinois. This is Horror Zone 607, the podcast where we talk all things horror and bring you the week's biggest horror movie news. I'm your host, Mike C., and that's right. Last week we talked about it. This week I am actually visiting the great Haley Mills, Illinois. That's right. That's where we are this week, or where I am anyway. But we got some big things going on this week with the show. A lot of news, a lot of fun things, and a lot of people. We got a lot of people on the show this week. So first of all, like Berlin, he will take your breath away. Everybody, say hello to Rich.
That's right. That's what I'm saying. But I have big news too. I have a new title. It's not just podcast host, podcast co-host, podcast producer. I am now a Twitch affiliate. That's right. Twitch affiliate, Whoa. Rich. There you go.
Whoa.
That's news. That just happened this weekend. So boom.
We're in the presence of greatness this week.
That's
folks.
right. I'm moving on up
big time
to the east side. Finally got my piece of this pie.
True.
Damn it,
Sir Richard.
Sir Richard. I don't know if I want that.
Sir Richard the Great.
Sir Richard the Twitchard.
There you go.
Yeah. Yes, he is. And as usual, he's ruining it already.
Yes,
that's right.
Getting it in early.
Also in the studio, the thought that the original Scream movie took place in the village of Haley Mills. Yes, that's right. He is, of course, the smartest man in all of horror podcasting, and he's also the hangover king of the Northeast. Everybody say hello to the professor.
Well, hello.
Yes.
How's it going, buddy?
I'm doing well. How are things in Haley Mills?
Haley Mills is great this week. It really is. It's beautiful. It's sunny. I feel like a natural woman.
I would love to be in Haley Mills right now.
But according to the professor, you should be careful. There might be a killer on the loose in a ghost face mask, because that's where the professor thinks he resides in Haley Mills.
Because Scream took place in Haley Mills.
That's right.
He's a genius, everybody. He's a genius.
We'll give him bonus points. And can he tell us where Scream 2 took place?
Hollywood.
No, that's Scream 3.
No, it did not.
I don't know.
Windsor College.
Windsor College. Windsor
College.
Just
Windsor
edit
College.
that. Windsor.
No,
it was Windsor College.
We don't. If we were to do anything, we'd edit it the other way. So you say something even dumber next time. All right. So, anyways, Mike, I'm
surprised he didn't say that it took. I'm surprised he didn't say it took place in Denzel, Washington. At least we get that.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We have another guest, right? We have another guest.
Yeah, we do have another guest in that. Apparently, he's already knocking off for the day. He's had enough of the professor. He's had enough of him already.
Haven't we all?
Joining us for the first time, and I believe it's been 17 and a half years, he's back. He's back with us. I think he might also actually be in Haley Mills, Illinois this week. He's our good friend, the Maestro. How are you today?
Nope, he's already left. I thought he left. I was like, well, you scared him away.
Maestro? Where'd he go?
Maestro, welcome back, buddy.
Hey, listen, thanks for having me.
It's good to have
I love this town, by the way. Haley Mills?
Yes.
It's kind of nice, but it's a bit of a parent trap.
Yeah. Good point. Good point.
Yeah, it does sound like you guys are coming.
Your buddy there, your old pal, is the one that thought that Scream took place in Haley Mills. So, yeah.
True story. Can't make this up.
He was 0 for 2 last week. He was 0 for 2.
Yeah, that's true.
That's okay. There's lots more trivia to come. I got more trivia for you guys this week. But why don't we kick off the news? We got a lot of news to talk about, a lot of fun stuff to do this week. So this weekend, the Fantasia International Film Festival is taking place, and some good reviews coming out for some movies. Kind of makes me interested to see a few things. But John Carpenter was a guest. and he had some fun things to talk about. And the big thing is he actually teased that he may or may not be involved with a brand new Blumhouse reboot of The Thing.
Ooh. Do we need a reboot though?
Well, yeah, didn't they try
I don't
that
know.
already?
Well, they did a prequel technically.
It was a prequel.
Oh, yeah,
that wasn't a
prequel.
reboot.
Okay,
that was a prequel.
Wait a minute. Actually, we had the one from the 50s, which was an adaptation of Who Goes There, and then John Carpenter put out his version of The Thing, which is an adaptation of the novel, but also it was a reboot of the original movie. But then you had the reboot, which was really a prequel where they had animatronics, but some asshole thought it was better to put in CGI.
Yeah.
So you kind of had a prequel to a reboot, and now we're going to reboot the reboot and ignore. Maybe we'll get some sort of terrible prequel a few years down the road.
And I must be in Haley.
From what I understand,
I must be in Haley Mills because
they
I'm
want to go
lost.
back to the.
That was a
source
journey.
material.
That whole statement right there. That was a journey.
I definitely made a left in Albuquerque. Damn.
No, but yeah, aren't they re-releasing the book itself? Didn't they find like some additional material and they're re-releasing Who Goes There? Or am I mistaken?
That's exactly it. They found additional material, and they're going to do a new adaptation with the new material in it.
Yes.
And ironically enough, they found it in Haley Mills, Illinois. So.
A lot of secrets buried there.
I was gonna say you're never gonna live this down, Professor. Never. But I've always said it. He's the smartest. He's the smartest man in horror podcasting until he opens his mouth.
There are many secrets buried in Haley Mills.
Yes. Oh, yes.
And that's
especially
the
if
show
there's a dude
for this
named
week,
Secret. If that's the case, by the way, if that's the case, Mike wishes his name was
very educational.
Secret. Anyways,
I don't even know where to go from there.
There's more John Carpenter news because
Where do we go?
John Carpenter, I hear, is also rebooting Freddy's Dead. Let's get it out of the way early, damn
he's
it.
rebooting Freddy's Dead.
Let's get it out of the way early.
That's actually happening.
Listen, don't threaten me with a good time.
See, I'm all for it too. I feel like if I say it enough to the universe, eventually Freddy's Dead will be remade. I'm going to speak it into existence.
If you will it, there is no dream,
yes,
right?
Exactly.
That's what Lennon said.
And hopefully the guy who plays Freddy Krueger this time will be the same guy that was like the really bad knockoff Pinhead. So I feel like fuck it, let's give him another shot.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Oh yeah. Tom Arnold. We should get Tom Arnold to play him.
There you go. But
Twist,
you do have more John Carpenter news, though. All jokes aside.
At the same film festival, Carpenter also stated the Halloween Kills is the quintessential slasher film. And this could mean one thing and one thing only.
Mike's going to hate
this
it.
This movie's going to be... Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm going to watch it 297 times. And this is going to just be my favorite film of all time.
I just picture you pacing back and forth in your like living room with Halloween 2018 just playing all the time, and you're just like, I don't know.
I think it's funny that
smoking cigarettes.
Yes.
I think it's funny that the other three
drinking
people,
heavily,
empty milk
Yeah.
cartons.
Oh, yeah. A lot of scotch.
I just think it's funny that the other three people here all have varying degrees of liking that movie, and I guarantee if you combined how many times we've all seen it, it isn't even a third of how many times you've seen it. Not even a third.
That's a good point.
Yeah, Luke, how many?
Good point.
The Maestro, how many times have you seen Halloween 2018?
once.
There you go. And Professor, you're on what, 3?
2. I've seen it twice,
and I've seen it 3 times. So combined, we've got 6 times.
Yeah.
And Mike is already on literally time what?
You guys
42.
could multiply that by 20 times.
I think it was actually the actual number was 14.
Was it?
Was it 14?
What's
Mike
the
has
actual?
watched it that many times this weekend.
Yeah.
No, seriously. How many
I
times
got
is
2
it
TVs
officially?
going in my living room right now. I watched the New York Yankees on one TV and Halloween 2018 on the other one.
Not surprised. And he's bitching about.
on repeat.
And by the way, he's bitching about both.
Room filled with smoke, cigarettes piled up in an ashtray. You know, yeah. take out
This
food
sounds
cartons
like
and
like
everywhere.
the saddest command center ever.
he's got the milk jugs that he saves his bodily functions in and everything, and he talks to.
Mason jars all around.
That's how bad he's gone into quarantine. He is literally now talking to his bowel movements. It's crazy, guys. Everybody, save Mike C. Please reach out to us on Twitter, Instagram at HorrorZone607, on Facebook HorrorZone607. Reach out now. Save Mike so he can talk to somebody besides his own bowel movements.
Hashtag save Mike.
Yes, hashtag. Yeah, there you go. Hashtag save Mike. The hell with HZ607. It's hashtag save Mike.
You know, I was going to give you guys an easy trivia question
From
that's
himself.
off the table now.
You
Good
were
luck with
not.
this one.
You were not.
I got my question.
You're going to ask us.
I got my question.
Yeah, you're going to ask us what the dog in 3 Yards Down was in the background of some shot in some really like obscure horror film from the 1970s. I already
What was
know.
the name of the dog in Man's Best Friend?
No,
Best
listen,
friend.
my name is not
it's
the
Max.
Maestro.
Max.
My name is
Yeah,
not
it
the
was
Maestro.
Max.
I got that one right.
That was a good
That was a
one.
good one. Anyways, me and the professor are playing trivia. So, anyways, I you know what? Carpenter was high up on Halloween 2018 as well.
Yeah.
Once again, I did not dislike the movie. I didn't give it the absolute like 10 or 9 or. I mean, I still thought it was good. It was better than average. I'm looking forward to this. I heard that there's a high body count, and that I'm in.
Yeah.
Because I love slasher films with high body counts, and that's not work. I like this. I also love the fact that we also have been teased, and we kind of know from what we've been told that this is what happens in a world of social media. So there's going to be like mass hysteria. So I'm assuming we're going to get some mirroring of events that take place around the world right now because of social media. Could you imagine?
A murderer
Could you
on the loose.
imagine
Yeah.
like Michael Myers in real life on the loose with social media? Holy shit!
Yeah.
Like, and if we're going to get to see that, this movie's going to be awesome. That's my opinion.
Like, why aren't the police taking care of this?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the police are dead, guy. They're dead. He killed them all.
Because you've defunded the police.
No. He, in this case, he's probably just killed all of them. Let's be honest. Remember what was it? Halloween 5? Halloween 4 and 5, he kills multiple police.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute. How in a,
Yeah, he took out everybody.
I got to ask this question now. This is the first time I've ever thought about this. How the hell did the Haddonfield police force get anybody back after he annihilated them all in 4? Because think about it. It's a year later.
Listen, times were tough.
It was
times
a year.
were tough.
Think about it. It's a year later, and they had a full police force again. Like, he literally, remember the one cutscene, but they allude to it. He murdered the entire police force with the exception of like 2 guys.
Yeah.
It might have been the rest of the beer bellies from that bar from
Yeah,
before.
because remember,
Well, yeah. Let's talk about that for one quick second too. Like,
Yeah.
who says, hey, somebody just took out our entire police force last Halloween? You know what? Sign me up. I went in on that.
Right, yeah.
You know,
I'm the one that's
Give
going
me
to
a
be able
gun
to
and a
stop
badge.
this.
I can't
I'm
believe
sure
I never
this won't
thought about it
happen
until just
again.
now.
Ain't nothing horrible going to happen today.
Yeah.
Just another day.
Didn't they recently, by
Hey,
the way,
jobs are jobs.
aren't there rumors that they recently uncovered some of that footage from Halloween 5 in the opening with him, or
Yes.
a ritual?
Yes.
The ritual that brings him back or whatever?
Yes. The actual what was
There was like an interview,
but it was like something. He has a weird fucking.
There
name.
was an interview with the guy who played Michael in that
Yeah.
movie, and he said that they shot all this great
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and now they might have actually uncovered it.
Yeah, the evil priest guy. Yeah. Well, the Man in Black was supposed
So
to be that
seriously, guys,
quacky
if
priest.
you want, just hashtag the Athenian Gerard cut.
Ah, there you go. Oh, jeez. All right, so Mike, what do we got outside
All
of
right,
John
moving
Carpenter
on.
news? Outside of
Yeah, outside of John Carpenter news,
Holy Mills.
this comes also from the files of Haley Mills. Scream 5. We got some Scream 5 news. We now have a release date for Scream 5, or whatever they're going to call it. That's not the official name yet, but it will be hitting theaters as of this moment. It's scheduled for release on January 14th, 2022.
Ooh,
So
you know that?
2022.
day before my birthday.
Look at that.
We'll
It's
have
the day
happy
before my
birthday to
birthday.
you.
January
right?
15th. We could go for my birthday. Well, if theaters are open back
And then
by
we can go to Chuck E. Cheese and get
Yes!
some pizza, and then we can play some games and go.
You should have kept going. You were
and
on
go to the
fire.
ball pit and roll around. Yeah, sorry.
You were on fire. Yes, we could do all those things.
I got really excited about that.
Well, I don't know if Chuck E. Cheese will still be around by then. Let's be honest.
Well, they don't even have a ball pit.
I know, bastards. But no, anyways, yes, it is the day before my birthday, so that is exciting.
It's a very exciting thing.
They should just call it Scream the Cinco.
Scream 5.
Yeah.
No one's left
Yes,
alive.
Scream 5 the
Rah.
Cinco, just the Cinco.
Wow.
I'm thinking maybe Scream, Return to Haley Mills.
The return to Haley
Scream
Mills.
Return to Haley Mills sounds good. You know, we got to start a movement here and try to get Haley Mills like cast in this movie. So,
Is she still
I think that
alive?
would be amazing.
I don't know. You might have to look that one up.
As far as I know.
And boy, do you know, huh?
Yeah.
You know your
But
alien.
you said you had some other Scream
I know
files.
you've been
she's-
following her
she's
career
alive.
closely.
Like,
She's,
see,
Ever since Good Morning Miss Bliss, I've been a big fan.
Good
so.
morning.
oh jeez, oh jeez. But you have some other
In more Scream
Yeah, I was
5
gonna say.
news, David Arquette did an interview. He said that he is hoping now chalk this up under the same category is the Stu Macher rumor. David Arquette is hoping that Hayden Panettiere will be back in Scream 5 to play Kirby. So when we last saw Kirby in Scream 4, she gets stabbed in the stomach. It's assumed that she's dead, but she just kind of slowly falls to the ground, and we never see her body. We never hear from her again. She could very well still be alive. Sydney took worse than that, and Sydney survived it.
I will
So
say,
it
I will
is
give
entirely
credence.
possible that
Kirby
Kirby's
Kirby
around.
may still live.
I could see that one
Stu
over.
Macher, no.
No, yeah. No, yeah.
Stu Macher's very much alive and well.
Okay, Mike.
He
See,
a
I
little
got
bit
an
of a headache.
idea. We need. You know what?
We'll
Little
test
headache.
this.
Ready? I got a test. We're going to do MythBuster style. Now that I'm a Twitch affiliate, I think I should do it live on Twitch. What we're going to do is we're going to get in possession of an exact replica of the television used, and we are going to have you lie on the ground, and the professor is going to push that off of the shelving it's on from the same height. It's going to land right on your face. Since you're so confident that Stu lived, you should be able to live too, Mike. And the professor is all about
it's
this idea.
It's all about pressure points and whatnot. I think that he survived it.
It's time for you to put your money where your mouth is.
Let's do it.
Live
He might
on
have
Twitch.
suffered a concussion.
For
He might have
charity.
gotten a
It'll be for
concussion,
charity.
but-
Yes, we can get all the donations for charity. Twitch.tv/607 podcast. There's the plug. Look forward to it. Mike C is going to take a 90s television that probably weighed a good 95 pounds or better from a few foot drop onto
Directly
his
to the
dome
face.
piece.
Wait, it lands on his face in the movie.
It does.
Right?
It lands
Oh,
right on his
man.
face.
Oh man, that would crush your face.
I think he got both of his hands.
Crush
up.
your
He
head.
just didn't
You're
see it.
done. You're just dead.
Yeah, that would hurt a lot.
We're not talking about these chintzy. We're not talking about these chintzy flat screens of today's. The youth of today.
Yeah.
If you're young and you don't remember those old tube televisions, you could take. Trust me, you can have one of these flat screen TVs fall on your head.
Well,
You'll be fine.
like
It'll hurt, but you'll be fine.
I've mentioned before in relation to this. That's how Dan Aykroyd's character eats it in Grosse Point Blank.
Yes, it's true.
just
But those
TV
tube
to the head.
televisions, man.
Yeah, those
remember
are
trying
awful.
to carry them?
Yeah,
Oh, they were the worst.
it sucked.
Listen, that was a very popular way to kill people in the 90s.
Yes, it was. Well, think about it, because everybody
TV to the head?
understood. Yeah, but think about it. Everybody understood how
Throw a
shitty
big
those were.
fucking TV at their head.
Well, I think everybody got into the infatuation because of Nightmare on Elm Street 3. They were all trying to do their own Welcome to Primetime moments.
Oh yeah,
Because think about it, I think that's the first time we ever saw somebody get slammed into a
when-
television.
when Freddy
Yeah, Welcome to Primetime, bitch. Yeah, one of the greatest lines of all time.
that is a great line.
But yeah, I think that nobody. I think that's why they used it though, because we all know that that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Like we've had one of those. Like we had to carry one of those up a set of stairs once. We're like,
Yeah,
you know how heavy it
it
is.
was embarrassing too.
Horrible.
I can lift this.
I've done it twice, and I tell you, you could survive that. So
I want it on tape though. If it's
there's
not on
no
tape,
way
it didn't
Stu
happen.
Macher's dead. He's alive. He's alive. He's well.
He's just
he's
seriously
gonna be back.
disfigured.
I just know it. I feel it.
Oh
He has
For the
no
record,
face.
Randy's still kicking too. So
Face off.
Face-
Oh,
oh.
face
Yeah, we didn't really
off.
see Randy die either.
Oh no, he got stabbed.
No,
to,
he was just
he
laying
got
there.
stabbed to shit. If he's alive, that's kind of strange.
No, it doesn't matter. Listen, here's my
She went.
prediction.
By the way,
Randy
she
is the
went
killer
overkill on
in
him.
Scream 5.
That's the one kill that's confirmed
Yeah.
for his mother, because she went overboard as soon as he started calling her son a little bitch.
Oh yeah.
He was a pussy and a bitch, and she's like, "What?" And that was it for him. Randy's mouth got him in trouble.
and then she was
finally.
on Roseanne.
I think she was on Roseanne prior to that. So.
Yes, she was.
Yes.
Oh yeah,
The
she
same
was.
person.
Lori
Yeah.
Same-
Loughlin.
not the actor.
Aunt
the
Becky.
Same person. That's
No,
Debbie
that's
Stahl.
not Aunt Becky. It's Aunt Debbie.
Aunt Debbie? It's Aunt Becky.
No, Becky was on fucking
Full
House. You weirdo.
Yeah, never mind.
She just went to jail.
Aunt
Becky
Aunt Becky
to
just
jail.
went to jail. Sorry, that's my Lori Loughlin
Yes,
fascination.
yes.
And we'll be doing an entire segment next week on Lori Loughlin. So tune in next week for that. All right, moving on. We got more release news. We got more movie release news. So the next Paranormal Activity sequel is going to be hitting theaters on March 4th, 2022. So 2022 is starting to fill up. We got 2 movies.
Did we need another one of those? Like, honestly, did we?
Of course we do. We need Scream 5.
Well,
we do need Scream 5.
I mostly like the Paranormal Activity series. I mean, there's...
Paranormal Activity just needs to go into a different direction, instead of like all hovering around the one family. It's time to, if you're going to do another one, make it its own original story and take it down a different path.
It's time to move on.
I had a lovely conversation with Katie Featherston, the star of Paranormal Activity. I had a lovely.
Didn't you guys date briefly?
I had a lovely conversation. No, I was with my wife already. We were married. I have a lovely conversation with her though. And I don't know. I'm still not a huge fan of that series, but I at least got to sit down and have a conversation with her.
It is. I mean, they're good, but it is kind of based off of like really manipulating the audience because like you see the time speeding up, the time stamp in the corner of the screen speed up, and immediately once that slows down, you're already on the edge of your seat automatically because something's going to happen.
Cheap shit, man.
It's kind of a cheap gimmick there.
What they probably should do.
It's effective.
What they should do. I have the perfect idea for this. In the new movie, they should actually start like as soon as something's about to hit, like something's supposed to happen. That's when they should speed it up.
Yeah,
so actually fast forward through it.
No, better. They should rewind it. They should rewind it.
There you go.
They literally should rewind it.
The Maestro and I have actually watched several movies in rewind.
Yeah.
So this is a true story.
No, but can you think
this could work?
Can you think about that? They go past it and they're like, "Oops," and then backwards to the moment.
You haven't lived until you've seen Friday the 13th Part 3 and fast forward. I'm just saying.
Were you guys watching
Friday the 13th
VHS
Part
or
2
something?
and rewind?
In rewind. That's right.
You were watching it on VHS?
You are able to rewind a disc there, Professor.
Or
he's
digital.
not keen to that.
You don't typically say rewind anymore, do we? Do we say that?
This was also 10 years ago. This was also 10 years
Skip
ago.
it.
There was
Skip it back.
VHS
Skip it.
and DVD back then. We went backwards.
I guess
blow your
rewind.
head. We went backwards.
Rewind
hey, guys, could you reverse the movie for me, please?
Could you skip it back and see? Yeah.
Yes. So that did happen. That was a fun night.
Rewind is still part of the vernacular then,
very
huh?
quickly.
Listen, here's the thing. I want to weigh in on how many Paranormal Activity movies we need. We need all the Paranormal Activity movies. We need as many as we can. We're horror fans. We want the sequels, and we want to just watch this happen over and over and over again. If I ponied up for frickin' Hellraiser Revelations, I'm going to fucking buy Paranormal Activity 7. That's the way it's going to go.
That's
an entire army of didgeridoo.
Yeah.
Yes.
We want it. We want it all.
Pretty much.
And we want it now.
Yes, we do.
All right, I got some exciting news. You guys are all geeks like I am. You guys like comic books. You guys are all Batman fans, I think. There's a 2-part animated Batman The Long Halloween coming in 2021.
Yes.
How cool is this?
Good stuff.
What? Any detail?
My opinion, the best Batman graphic novel ever made.
It's one of them.
So good.
Definitely
amazing.
Top tier.
Can't wait to see it on the big screen.
It won't be on it'll be on your home screen, but it'll probably be on the home screen. But still,
it'll be on your big screen at home.
Get a big screen at home. Yeah.
What were you asking, Professor?
Is it Kevin Conrad?
Yes, it's Kevin Conrad doing that.
All right.
So basically, here's how I look at it. It's I love the story arc. It's good that they're doing that. That they're actually doing the movie. Of course, originally that was what was rumored to be the storyline for the Batman, and we're finding out that it's not so much the storyline for the Batman. But I'm still happy about that.
Yeah.
Because that trailer is still
that trailer
is still with me, man.
Mind.
I took the muting on Twitch. And I went with it because I don't know if you know we live streamed our reaction to DC Fandom that Saturday night. We opened it with Something in the Way, and I was like, all right, well they've never struck it before, and of course what all they do on Twitch is they mute the copyrighted material. Yeah. So if you listen to it live, you got to hear us play it on the entrance. If not, there's a muted part, and then we come in. But it was worth it. I don't care.
That was a jaw dropping trailer.
So good.
Yeah.
So good. But yes, the
I keep
Long
saying
Halloween.
it looks like a Batman Arkham video game. So
Oh, well, it's like,
yeah,
you gotta
Long
remember
Halloween.
this-
So 2 parts.
Of course, it's going to be 2 parts.
What's that?
Who? What?
What?
Where?
Who? Why?
Yeah. Well, I was just going to give the date. Summer 2021 is part 1, and in the fall of 2021 is part 2.
There we
So
go.
we're going to both parts next year. It's very exciting news.
I'm
Very
happy
exciting.
about it.
WB animation.
Yes.
Always. Their
Great.
DC
Oh, that's
stuff. Their
amazing.
DC stuff's generally really good, and the Batman stuff. I mean,
Ooh, Batman stuff's top tier.
yeah.
Top tier. Hush came out this year. That was really good.
Yep.
What was it? 2 years ago, Killing Joke came out really good. Like, actually, all of them have been
Killing
really good.
Joke, I have issues with, but if you skip the opening scene and just start off where the comic book actually starts, then it's.
I don't necessarily like the ending because I like the comic book ending better.
Yeah,
Because the comic book ending's a little more leaves it up to you to decide.
Yeah.
And the movie ending does not leave anything to the imagination.
Yes.
Although right now, speaking of Batman, I'm deep into Three Jokers book 1.
Oh yeah, I finished that the other
so
night.
good.
Yes, that was really
So good. So if you guys don't know that's going on, there you go. That's kind of a horror. There's kind of a horror-esque
There's a lot
going on.
Yeah, especially even in the Batman trailer.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there's Batman.
Heavy metal?
Batman. Oh, heavy metal's great too.
Too much going on in the world of Batman. We got a new movie. We got new animated stuff. We got new great comic book lines going on.
Yeah, and Detective Comics 1027
Get a little
out this
Batmaned out.
next week or
Next week. I think it's
Yeah,
next week.
and that's the actual 85th anniversary of his appearance.
Yeah, the official. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we've
'Cause-
gone the 85th birthday, but this is the official. 85th.
Yeah, like the issue anniversary
Yes.
of his first appearance in Detective Comics.
Good stuff, man. Big fan. Got the Batman tattoo on the leg.
Good
for a
stuff.
Yeah, Batman.
Reason. Yes, Batman.
Oh, I've got big news.
Uh-oh.
Very big news. I love to give you guys.
By the way,
best
I want to
news
point
of
this
the
out.
week,
Every
and I know
time
you
he
guys
gives
are
us big
excited about
news,
this.
I get scared.
Yeah, I know.
Because every time he gives us big news, it's something we don't
Yeah,
want to hear.
and you should be.
Okay,
You should be.
continue on.
It's,
Sorry.
It's terrifying how good this is. It's terrifying how big this news is. 1 week into filming of Fede Alvarez's new Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. That's right. Filming is underway. 1 week in, and the directors have left for production.
Directors
Brothers
are gone?
have left due to creative differences. They're gone. 1 weekend. They made it a
1
week,
week.
and that's it.
That's a quick turnaround.
They're done. And so we got a new director by the name of David Blue Garcia has taken the helm.
I'm
So,
looking
you
that
know,
up. So.
I want to speak as a huge fan of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre: The Next Generation, and I mean a huge fan of that movie. Am I the only one that really wants to see what this first week of footage looked like?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
they didn't throw out any footage from Leatherface Texas Chainsaw Massacre 3, but something was so awful in what they did in this first week that they said, nah, we're good.
I wonder if any footage was even
I just hope
shot.
that Matthew McConaughey is back. I really hope that Matthew McConaughey is
design
back
idea.
as Wilmer, and I hope he's boo, 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 yeah! I really hope that that's what they've done so far with the film.
I'm loading up IMDb
I
to see
digress.
this guy's stuff, but when I looked it up, he says he's a cinematographer.
David Blue Garcia.
Yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, that's what I had too. There's like nothing.
he's a cinematographer for the most part, according to IMDb.
Bloodfest.
Yeah, I was getting into that.
Tejano.
That's his. Yeah, look at there's
Artois the goat.
I'm trying to look at. I don't think he has any other. I'm looking for any other director credits, and it doesn't look like any.
No.
Looks like it's all cinematography.
But hey,
Oh,
Fede
sorry,
Alvarez,
Tiano.
This
Fede
is a
Alvarez
big break.
is producing
This is a big
the film,
break.
so it's going to be huge. It's going to be a gem.
This movie Tiano. That's the only one he has
Yep.
a director credit on.
Well, it was a big break for the pair that was originally signed up for it. But yeah, what I can only imagine what would happen where after a week's worth of work, you're like, I can't do this. Like, what? That had to be
Dude,
bad.
look at this guy, Professor. Look.
you
at
couldn't
This
you couldn't make it past a week.
Can we also talk about that this is technically the fifth time that they're filming a Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. This is just
Like can we stop? You know, I was just so happy that the last one was at least a prequel.
how many? Yeah, well, how many
I think they're
actual
trying to beat out James
reboots?
Bond.
How many reboots have they actually had for this series?
Okay,
Every
so
one of
I
them
think we
has been a
figured this out
reboot.
before. So there's many timelines. So the first time, like the only one in common with most of them is the original. So you have the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is then a direct sequel. Technically, is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2.
Yeah.
Then in 3 also goes in line with it. Well,
Yes.
Leatherface, whatever,
Yeah.
goes in line with it. I think the new generation also kind of goes, but they spurn the story off and change people's names and shit. So it's really weird. But technically, they're all the same.
1 through 4.
Yeah. But then we get the reboot.
With Jessica Biel.
Yes, in 2000, and then that one is connected to the next 2. No, next one, just one.
Yeah.
And then after that, they did another reboot, technically, that's connected to only the first movie, kind of like Halloween 2018. And then they did another reboot for that origin story movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've done 4 reboots.
This Texas Chainsaw Massacre is connected to that Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Yeah,
That
pretty bad. Yeah.
Well, a good friend of the show, our good friend of the show, Luke, I think the Maestro knows him well, has always said that Texas Chainsaw Massacre is like the choose your own adventure of horror films. So yeah, Maestro, when you see Luke, let him know I said hello. We miss him. Thanks for being a part of the show.
Did you just call him Luke?
Where'd the Maestro go? Maestro.
What happened?
Maestro. Why did I say Maestro?
I don't know why you said Maestro, because once again,
Who am I? Where am I?
the
Maestro.
professor.
The Maestro.
The Maestro?
He said the Maestro.
The Maestro.
The Maestro.
No, this is dead air time. This
Yeah.
is editing.
He's
All
the
right,
Maestro.
You're making
all
my
right.
job hard.
All right. So Texas
We are laughing.
Texas
We are
Chainsaw-
laughing.
Needless to say, we just ground the show to a...
I know. I'm like, and Rich is like, I'm like, fuck.
And
Now I
that's
gotta
what
edit.
Texas Chainsaw Massacre will do.
God damn it. All right. So what's next?
No, leave it in. God damn it. Leave it in.
Leave it in. Just
yeah,
leave it in.
it's natural. Let's
Fuck
just
it,
go
we're
with
going
it.
live, guy. I've been so used to doing live streaming. Fuck it. There's no editing in a
It
live
was
stream.
like a blink of an eye. We're fine.
The best. It's the best ever. It's the Psycho Sid. It's the Psycho Sid promo with Jim Ross.
It was entertaining. Anyways.
Can I start over? We're live, fella. Yeah, that's it. There we are.
We're live, pal.
We're live, pal. Fucking, we're done.
All
And
right.
Sid
we
just
got
makes Sid face.
2 more quick stories. Yeah. 2 more quick stories, and then we'll wrap up the news for this week. On October 6th, those of you that missed Swamp Thing on the DC streaming service, Swamp Thing is coming to the CW network, so that's exciting. Finally get to see that. Or if
Please.
you have HBO Max,
Please.
I've been informed that it's on there.
Everybody do whatever you can to watch that. Get the numbers up. Make
We need
them
a
make
season
them
2.
We need that to continue on. We need that show back. That needs to
As
happen.
you know, it's starring my future wife, Crystal Reed. So, hi, honey.
Was she Abigail
I'll see you
Arcane?
later.
Was she Abby Arcane in that? Anybody? No? Okay. Thanks.
Don't
Thanks
know.
for coming.
Yep.
Not quite sure.
Anyways.
But I'm excited
Sure.
to see this. So,
Sure, she was.
yeah, I'll
let's
be
just
checking
say
it out.
let's just say she
you guys have
was.
said enough good things about it, though.
Yeah, they nailed it. It's awesome. It's
All right,
Swamp
finally,
Thing. It's
now that
great.
this entire segment has completely fallen apart, the last story this week, some sad news, the co-creator of Scooby-Doo, Where Are You? Joe Ruby has passed away at the age of 87. So our condolences to his family and to everybody that's a fan of the Scooby-Doo, Where Are You franchise. I grew up with that. I know you guys did too. So it's sad to see.
Yeah.
Sad to see.
No, and
we lost
actually,
someone else this year.
you know, it is. If I try to think back to my childhood, which is hazy at best, the Scooby-Doo show really was kind of like an introduction to horror in some ways.
Oh, yeah.
There were some creepy moments, especially as a little kid.
I was
you know.
terrified of that as a kid.
Yeah. So, you know, very important part of my early development into loving this kind of material. Anybody else? No.
You know, I
love you.
I think about it.
Nobody else likes Scooby-Doo?
I look back at it and I think about it too, and it's just like, you know, when I was watching that as a kid, and you know, you guys were watching it as a kid, and you guys were scared, and I was just making fun of you for being that much of a, you know, total pansy about it. So these are good memories, you know, really.
This is good to share. This is good for us.
I enjoyed them.
Silence.
It's your turn to plug.
Is it my turn to plug?
You got to plug this.
I have to plug all this stuff?
You got to plug it.
This ship is sinking. There's no plugs that'll fit. There is
Come
no
on,
plugs
man.
that
Pull
will
out
fit.
that violin. Let's go.
All right. Good job. I'm leaving that part in because I want violin while I do this. So you continue on playing, damn it. You don't stop even when the ship goes down. You keep playing. And if you want to reach out to us and contact us, you can do that on Facebook, Horror Zone 607. You can do it on Twitter and Instagram at Horror Zone 607. Of course, use the hashtag HZ607 to join the conversation. We're also at 8122productions.com. I did a little revamping, so now you can get there's links there to take you to different places. So that's always nice. I even fixed the part where it used to say that our show came out every Wednesday, because now that's not the case. The show comes out, early in the week or sometimes later, depending upon when we record, because we have these work jobs things that get
moving
away.
on into the 21st century.
The professor professor had to get a real 9 to 5 Monday through Friday job, so he really fucked our fucking recording schedule.
Yeah.
But anyways, so we had to change a bunch of things there, so now it's more accurate. But you can also see the great pictures of Diesel being terrified by Art the Clown, which is also amazing. So 8122productions.com. Also, you can find us, as I said before, hopefully with a live stream of us dropping a television from the 90s on Mike C's head. That will be on twitch.tv/607 podcast, maybe in the future. If not, we have a lot of cool live stream stuff coming up, including something that we're brewing up for Horror Zone 607, and of course the big event DMG-a-thon. That's what we're calling it now. On October 3rd, it's going to be an all-day we're going to do different streams all day long, and then we're going to finish with two of our favorite bands, Shout at the Robots and Floodlands, playing live at DMG. It's going to be a great time. It's all for charity, so it's going to be pretty awesome. So check that out. I don't know if it's for the children. We might donate some to the children.
Let's just say it's for the children.
Everybody says it's for the children. They're lying. That's why they're lying. And last but certainly not least, if you would like to support this show monetarily, you can do that for as little as $1 a month over at patreon.com/8122productions. The link for that is also on the website. Now, I'm just throwing it out there. And through the month of September, we got a really cool deal. If you join the $1, even the $1 thing, you'll get 2 free stickers, a 3 Fat Nerds podcast sticker and one of these cool Horror Zone 607 stickers. And if you join the $3 tier, the Chubby Chaser tier, you will get both of those stickers plus a pin. And if you're a Horror Zone 607 fan, you just write in there that you want a Horror Zone pin. And as long as supplies last, I'll get you a Horror Zone pin. We have some really cool enamel ones. They'll be here the first week of September. So that'll be really cool. And last but certainly not least, it's a good place to go to get all great amounts of bonus content. You get some other things, and it does support this show and everything we do, from live streaming through podcasting and everything else that we got going on that's ravaging my head lately. So go to patreon.com/8122productions if you would like to support us monetarily. Mike, I guess you have a question.
I sure do. So before we take our first break, it is the second week where I'm going to be asking a trivia question. Before we go to break, I will, of course, give you guys the answer right after the break, but not before the guys try to answer this. So I had a nice, easy one lined up for you guys, but since you guys wanted to really get on me about my my trivia game that we put a few weeks back, I'm going to give you one you have to actually use your brain here for. So this is going to have
Professor's getting it wrong.
This is going to definitely have several answers to it. This one. So it's a multi-part answer here. So the question for this week, our trivia question for the week is, how many characters appear in more than one 13th film, in Jason or in any
This is gonna be, this is going to be hard to answer because we
how
couldn't
many
hear.
characters appear in more than one Friday the 13th film? Name each character.
How many characters appear in more than one
That's
Friday?
the question for this week.
So it's how many characters appear in more than one Friday the 13th movie?
Yeah.
Not counting Jason?
Hello?
Not counting Jason or counting flashbacks. So
Okay.
you can't have a character that appears in 7 movies in flashback.
Okay.
So, but how many characters appear in more than one Friday the 13th film, excluding Jason? And name each character.
Okay.
Think about it.
That is an easy one.
We're going to take our first break.
It's the easiest one we've
We're
ever
going to take
had.
our first break. We will be right back after this to answer that question.
Hey, this is Dustin Parry from Ghost Hunters and Ghost Hunters International, and you listen to Horror Zone 607.
And welcome back to the Zone. Before the break, I asked this week's trivia question, how many characters appear in more than one Friday the 13th film, excluding Jason or any flashbacks, and name each of the characters. So, guys, before I give the answers, one by one, Rich, why don't we start with you? Give me your answers. How many, and what are their names?
Hold on. If we do that, everybody gives it away.
Yeah.
Like, everybody will have it away.
Give it away.
So how about we do this? How about everybody gives a number, and then you say which the right number is, and then we'll go through the list.
That's a good idea.
Because if you think about it, if I get all of them right by some
then I'll
fluke,
piggyback off of him.
then everybody gets to piggyback off of me.
Right. Well, the professor likes to cheat, so
That's true. That's actually not. That's not false.
that's a good point.
All right, so I have the number that I have come up with, and I could be wrong. And this excludes flashback scenes and Jason himself. So the number I have is
Correct.
4.
Okay, Professor?
I had 3.
And Maestro?
I had 3.
3 also?
Oh.
All right, so before we give the names, the correct answer is 4. The correct answer is 4.
Woo-hoo.
So,
So how about we go with the guys
Rich,
with 3?
You,
How about we go with the guys with 3,
Yeah.
and then if they get
right.
all the same ones as me, because I'm sure we have the same ones if we're all correct, and I'll have one extra.
Okay.
So Professor's
Yeah, go
guessing
ahead.
3. He doesn't have 3 names though. I bet.
Well,
Okay, go ahead.
there's the survivor girl from the first one.
So Alice.
Okay.
So
Guy in the
Alice.
background from 4.
So
final
and the person in the
girl from
grocery
part
store.
1.
So I'll give him the answer. It's Alice.
Final
from,
girl. Yeah. All right. Geez, Louise, Corey Feldman. His character.
Well,
Corey Feldman.
More
The
than
character.
More than one person played him, but
His
yes.
character, the
So
character-
Tommy Jarvis.
Yes.
I will help the professor
Thank
out.
you.
So that's 2.
And then Mrs. Voorhees.
Yes, which I gave away
Okay.
for you.
Pamela.
Okay, so Maestro, do you
Pamela
have
for
those 3, or did you have somebody different in your list?
I've got 4. I got Pamela Voorhees, Tommy Jarvis, Alice, and Haley Mills.
Haley Mills.
Haley Mills.
So
As herself. She played herself in those series.
you guys got everybody, but the last one that I believe Mike is looking for is Crazy Ralph.
Oh.
Absolutely.
Oh.
Ding, ding, ding.
Who
Good
the hell-
job, buddy. You got it.
Who the hell is Crazy Ralph?
Crazy Ralph is in the first one. Remember, he goes when she's
Crazy
going to the
Ralph.
camp. He's like, "Oh, you're crazy." And then the second, and then remember,
And then
and the
he's
next, and then the following sequel, he's like, "Some people find that entertaining."
Yeah.
He's crazy. Crazy Ralph.
Listen, Rafe, he was the guy who had one line.
Wait, who's Rafe?
that he played
Wait,
with
who's
that house.
Rafe?
Who's Rafe?
Maestro.
What?
Maestro. Who's this
Codenames.
Rafe?
Yeah, fuck you. You
Codenames.
still got it wrong.
Mixmaster Maestro.
But yes, Crazy Ralph. He is easily overlooked, although he's my comedic relief in those movies. Because remember when they?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And then they kind of recast him a little bit in 6, which he's not Crazy Ralph in that movie because he's dead by that point in juncture. But remember, he's the Grave.
Grave
They're
Ralph.
gonna-
yeah,
yeah,
the guy that
because
works in
they
the
have
cemetery.
a different guy that's kind of like Crazy Ralph, and he's like he just when he looks at the camera, he's like who would dig up a grave? And then he looks straight at the camera, breaks the fourth wall, and goes, "Some people have a sixth sense of entertainment," and he breaks the fourth
What do
wall.
they think
Is that
I am,
the
a
only moment
farmhead?
that the fourth wall's broken in those movies?
6. I think 6. I think the fourth wall gets broken a couple times in 6.
Where
Can
somebody
we,
like
Can we forget? Not forget the Crazy Ralph callback in part 8 as well.
Yes,
The janitor.
yep.
Okay.
Dude, they always have a callback to Crazy
Oh,
Ralph,
yeah,
but Crazy
yeah,
Ralph
yeah.
was in the early ones. Yeah.
All right.
Because he comes up and he's calling the kids names and stuff because, he's Crazy Ralph. He's all of a sudden.
crazy.
By the way, no, he's all of a sudden,
Arlen,
like in the second one,
you'll
he's
be
all of a
the
sudden in
deputy.
someone's fucking pantry and shit.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the jump scare moments.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
why the fuck is he in the
Yeah,
pantry?
what the hell? He went in. He went to warn them, and he's just standing in the closet.
Yes, yes, that's
In the
exactly
dark.
what happens.
Oh, hey, Crazy Ralph.
And then he gets
Just take it out.
Good job there, hero. Come on.
and then he gets killed.
One other little
And then
piece
it
of
comes back
trivia
around.
about that, actually. One more little piece of trivia about that, since I've been to the original camp twice. That pantry that was in the main cabin, they actually built that for the movie. That's not really there. That's like a exit out to the side of the place. So yeah, I always thought that was like really part of that cabin, but it really wasn't. They built that for production.
Sweet.
So,
Well, they needed somewhere.
Crazy Ralph.
They needed somewhere for Crazy
You
Ralph
know
to
what the best
stand.
part is about that trivia you just said? The best part is that they built that closet so they could put Crazy Ralph
And for Alice to hide in it later.
like that was it.
Because Mrs. Voorhees knows that she's in that cabin.
Door, like we're gonna like, you know, spend production money on building a closet for Crazy Ralph.
Like they,
Well, don't forget that Alice hid in there too, though, because that cabin. There's only one other place. Mrs. Voorhees knows that Alice is in there, but there's only one place that she can be. Let's see if she can find me. You know, they did use it for that too, for part of the climax.
Still not helping the case for building that closet.
Probably not. Probably not. There was also, I think there were canned tomatoes.
Alice
in
in her lampshade, it would have been just as effective.
there. She actually tried to get behind like a cupboard or something, and she couldn't do it. So they probably should just put a lampshade on her head.
Well, I know that we have a special segment for the Maestro, so he wants to discuss something. So go ahead. The floor is yours, Maestro.
All right. So, as you may or may not know, there's a lot of interesting releases coming out and have come out. There's a lot of interesting, weird, strange little films that are being unearthed by various companies and who are doing really nice restorations of movies that, let's face it, probably don't deserve it. But here's the thing. I wanted to highlight a release and also talk about one that was coming out. So the first thing is highlighting one that's already released, Mausoleum, that was put out by Vinegar Syndrome. Mausoleum, let's just take a look at this. The Nomad family, and Nomad, definitely not demon spelled backwards, guys, so let's not, definitely not. The Nomad family has been the victim of an ancient curse in which the firstborn daughter of each generation has gone violently mad and then suspiciously dies. No one can explain the Nomad madness, but for some, forget it. Listen, here's the deal. Woman gets possessed by a demon and starts turning into the demon, and some people know it and some people don't, but then they know it, but then they ignore it. And then she starts looking like the demon to various degrees. It's like a rubber monster madness kind of film. Some of it is actually quite scary. Other parts of it is, well, a rubber monster. The plot makes about as much sense as you would guess. That is none, and it's got probably the worst twist I've ever seen. I have to tell you, this film is totally worth your time. If you like a good B movie, like this is like almost like a quality B movie. It's like a B.5 movie, because there's like certain moments in this that are genuinely scary, and then there's other moments where it's like, okay, so she's got like demon boobs. There's no in between. Yeah, that's actually a thing in this film. Yes, but here's what I have to say. There are these companies that are really like lovingly restoring these films, and I have to respect that because, frankly, Mausoleum didn't look this good on VHS. You know what I mean? Like these are sort of unloved films that really. God bless somebody saying, you know what we need to do? Spend money restoring Mausoleum. So Mausoleum on Vinegar Syndrome. I give it, I'm not even going to rate it. Just watch it.
I just want to point out too. Maestro and I and one of our friends from work, we kind of have our own little group chat on Facebook Messenger, and he's been pushing for 2 days for the two of us to watch this movie, and both of us are like, yeah, I think that's a hard pass. That's a pass. No, you gotta watch it. You gotta watch it. No.
Did you guys see Malatesta's Carnival of Blood?
Oh yes. Yeah, unfortunately twice.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Guess what? You're welcome. So
thank you.
And that's also the inspiration as to why neither of us are going to watch that movie.
Listen, Mausoleum is the best hour and a half of your life.
To be fair, there are moments
that's a Maestro guarantee.
The Malatesta's Carnival of Blood. There are a few moments that I actually quite dig. As rough as that movie is, there's always something with movies like this where like you can see where the idea was and like that's really cool, but then it just gets messed up somehow. I don't know what happens, but something along the line doesn't go right, and the vision or whatever is lost. But yeah, mausoleum. That sounds. It sounds like a like you said, a rubber creature version of Exorcist almost.
Oh yeah, I mean it steals everything from The Exorcist. I mean it's just the creature was done by John Carl Blucher. I've never actually heard his name said, so I
Beekler.
got that wrong. But Beekler, okay.
Yeah.
He so I mean the effects are great. He's director of Friday 7. Did a lot of cool things. The Dungeon Master is a cool B movie if you guys ever want to tread off the beaten path with the guy who played Bull from Night Court as the Devil. It's awesome.
Oh.
So anyway,
I can actually
I
see
gotta
that.
correct the professor here too before we go on. I gotta correct the professor. You said that this sounds like a knockoff of The Exorcist. I say this sounds like a Saturday Night. So I just want to correct you there.
Saturday night. This is a Tuesday waiting to happen. Come on.
If it was a knockoff of The Exorcist, Mike C definitely wouldn't be watching it. The Exorcist terrifies you.
I'd be too afraid.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yep.
Exorcist.
Listen,
is
man,
scary.
The Exorcist and Scooby-Doo. They're terrifying. So,
And the Michael Jackson Thriller
also,
video.
I wanted to highlight an interesting thing that's coming out. And, guys, can I ask you a question? You can all answer and talk all each other. How many Jaws films are there?
4.
Jaws films? 4.
Yeah.
There are 4.
Well, kind of. You see, there was a little-known knockoff called Cruel Jaws that was released as Jaws 5 in certain territories. So, directed by the great, and I mean the great Bruno Mattei, who you may all know from his classic Hell of the Living Dead. Cruel Jaws is getting a release from Severn Films, and what's cool about this is there's actually a slipcover that's coming with it. If you order by September 4th on their website or before they sell out, that says Jaws 5. You can actually have a Jaws 5 sitting on your shelf if you really want to.
Yes.
Not only that, it comes with a novelization of this film.
Oh, boy.
And if you are anything like me, you desperately want to read the novelization of Jaws 5.
Yes, I do.
I know I do.
This movie, honestly, this is one of the telling at how good a film is, whether or not the director credits themselves under their own name. He went by William Snyder on this. And by the way, he credited himself as Bruno Mattei on, Hell of the Living Dead. So just to give some context.
Okay.
What I love about this release is that they've got the unreleased Japanese cut, which they're calling the Snyder cut.
Oh,
If
boy.
that isn't perfect, I don't know what is. So,
Oh, man.
wow. So listen, $42, Jaws 5 slipcase, and the novelization along with this film can be yours from Severn Films, severnfilms.com. Check it out, or don't. Probably you shouldn't. But if you like to have a good nosebleed like I do, go for it.
Yes.
I just want to also point out, too, I've actually seen Hell of the Living Dead one too many times. So.
And was that once?
Yeah. It was once, yeah. So,
Yeah.
if it's anything as good as that, if Jaws 5 is anything as good as Hell of the Living Dead, we're all in for a little treat.
Well,
we're all in for quite a little treat here.
I am interested
Listen,
to
I
see.
think we should probably, live cast that one.
Yeah, that would be interesting because I can't imagine anything being worse than Jaws 4.
That's true. That is very true.
Actually, I think that Jaws 3 is worse than Jaws 4.
I love.
So do I
love
actually.
watching Jaws 4. I mean, it's just not good. I love watching it, but
It's a great film.
Jaws 3. Jaws 3
telepathically has a telepathic past, thing with this family, and not only does it want to get revenge, it knows that they got on an airplane to the Bahamas and follows them down the entire East Coast, down the Atlantic to where they are in the Bahamas, and takes its revenge.
Yeah, it does.
Starring Mario Van Peebles.
Yep.
I don't think it gets much better than that, personally. So, I actually think that that's a better movie. It's got Michael Caine as Hoagie. Michael Caine is Hoagie.
Yep, Hoagie.
Who doesn't want to see that?
Seriously. I want to congratulate the writer of Jaws 4, by the way. I don't know who wrote this thing or writers, whatever, but who was like sitting down one day and said, okay, So we've got this movie about this telepathic shark that is following a family from New England down to Florida. We're going to have this pilot character. What should we call him? I don't know. Let me take a bite of my hoagie and think about this.
That's it.
Like really, you've got this terrible rubber shark. You've got a terrible premise, and yet the dumbest thing about this movie is Michael Caine is named fucking Hoagie.
Yeah.
I think that William Shakespeare wrote this movie, didn't he? Wasn't it Shakespeare?
Yes.
This was
William
yes.
Shakespeare.
I could be wrong.
The Revenge.
It's very possible. It's very possible. I mean, it might have been one of his early stories. So, let me just tell you, it's got a great premise. And again, Jaws 5.
It sounds
if it is even
sounds
just, like,
dynamite.
just a scotch, like Hell of the Living Dead, we are all in for a treat. So I am so happy that you did the segment with us today. This really opened up my eyes. And folks, we've been talking for 2 years on here. This is the guy. Get a hold of us on social media, Facebook, through Twitter, any place you can. Send us an email. If there's a bad movie that you want somebody in our team to watch and review for you, the Maestro is the guy. He will do it. There is no off limits to anything. Yeah. He will do anything for you. And if this segment isn't proof of that, then I don't know what you're listening to right now. So one more time, let us get the point across. If you want something reviewed, go to the depths of the bargain bin at Walmart and find something and send us a message. He will watch it. He will review it. He will rate it. This is gold right here. This right here makes us the #1 podcast in America, or the world for that matter. So, Maestro,
is the #1
thank you so much. Thank you so much.
And please, all I ask is make it hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah. And also a small donation in your name. So, again, thank you for that wonderful, warm, loving segment that you just gave us right there. We are going to take one final break here on the show. When we come back, last week, I started a top 10 horror movie sequel list. We did numbers 20 through 11 last week. This week, it's the coup de grace. It's the top. It's the best, the cream of the crop, the top 10 horror movie sequels ever made, according to Mike C. We will be right back.
Hey, it's Courtney Gaines, Malachi from Children of the Corn. You're listening to Horror Zone 607.
Welcome back to the Zone for the final segment of this week's show. Before the break, I told you what we were going to be doing here. Last week we started my top 10 horror movie sequels countdown, and just to kind of do a recap, which I'll do in a second here, we're just basically it's a list that there's no scientific thing behind this. This is just my own personal top 10 horror movie sequels of all time. So to recap, numbers 20 through 11. Number 20 was Poltergeist 2: The Other Side. Number 19 was Curse of Chucky. Number 18 was Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2. Number 17 was The Conjuring 2. Number 16 was The Devil's Rejects. Number 15 was Damien, Omen 2. Number 14 was Scream 2. Number 13 was Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Number 12 was Happy Death Day to You. And number 11 was Friday the 13th Part 2. So that's where we are at this point. Maestro, I know you weren't with us last week. The guys obviously heard this and we had a nice conversation, as I was doing each one. Anything jump out at you there before I get started with the top 10? Do you agree, disagree? What do you think of that list so far up to this point?
Well, first of all, you clearly forgot Jaws 5.
I didn't know about Jaws 5 until today. So if I ever have to do this list again.
Well, then we immediately have to redo the list.
Start again.
Yeah, let's just scratch the
Not good enough.
Yeah, it's nice to hear a little love for Hellbound.
Yes.
I feel like people kind of have not. I don't know. That used to be a popular one, and people. It seems less so now to me. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm.
And I remember that being very popular when I was in college about 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Now. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, Hellraiser movies have gotten so convoluted that they're kind of
I'm old.
When's the last time you heard somebody say Hellraiser 2? No.
Yeah,
Okay,
back
I think
in
that
college.
the series has gotten so convoluted and so messy and so direct to video. Like it's even bad standards for direct to video standards. I think that maybe they're just kind of
whoa. Okay, hang on 1 second. Scott Derrickson.
You just crossed the line.
Hellraiser 5. Frickin'
better.
I am going to defend Hellworld till my dying day. And
was that Hellworld?
Honestly, I like the last one that just came out. Judgment.
I couldn't even get through that.
What? The Auditor? No, nothing.
Mute this man.
It kind of churned my stomach a little too much. I couldn't do it.
Oh, it's so much fun.
I haven't seen.
I know the professor thought that was way too low on the list, so he said that he's going to be on top of me about everything that I've got in my top 10.
Yeah,
because he thinks that it's like the greatest sequel that's ever been made.
Your top 10 better blow me away, because that top 20 or the 12 whatever 11 through 20, I can't think right now. 11 through 20.
He's a teacher of higher education, folks. He's a teacher of higher education.
Words. But anyways, I'm looking forward to hearing what your top 10 is.
Would have been able to say that without stuttering.
I know.
But yeah, I'm
absolutely.
looking forward for your top 10 because I definitely want to see where Hellbound
where this goes
should actually be.
All right.
Yeah, let's
jump right into it, shall we?
Jump right in.
So number 10, and again, keep in mind this is just my own personal list. You guys are welcome to disagree and tell me if there's something that belongs higher. But number 10, A Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors, which is, of course, the Maestro's favorite movie that's ever been made. But number 10 for me, Nightmare on Elm Street 3: The Dream Warriors.
Not
Freddy's Dead.
Fuck you. This list is bullshit.
It's coming up.
Yeah,
we got plenty of time.
This is an outrage.
There's a lot of numbers.
I demand
Number
a refund.
1 through 5 better all be Freddy's Dead. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. No love for 2, huh?
Fun movie.
No.
No love for 2? No love for Nightmare 2?
You can keep
Nightmare 3 is a...
Dude, you can keep panhandling for that. It ain't happening.
Asking humanity forever, for the record.
There's
First time on the show, I went on a rant about Nightmare 2 and got blank stares, understandably.
I'm right with you, Maestro. I love Nightmare on Elm Street 2. There's a good documentary. Is it on Netflix or Amazon Prime? About Shudder, by the way. Yeah, it's Shudder. What's the name of the documentary?
I forgot the name of that.
About Mark Patton.
Scream Queen, yeah.
Scream Queen. And about how he's like a overlooked Scream Queen.
Listen, we should just move on. The reason why
it's a good movie.
The obvious reasons why the professor has a love affair with Nightmare 2. It's obvious. Just read into the psychology.
Oh,
continue on.
I mean, come on. Nightmare 3 is so much fun.
Am I?
I'm just going to wrap it up right there.
Yeah, that's it. That's it for the show.
The list is over.
We're never going to know what numbers 1 through 9 are.
Show's over.
Just stop at 10. We're good.
We're not gonna beat that line there, so we're good to go. No, I'm joking. Come on, number 9.
To me, Nightmare 3 is.
Oh,
a lot of people. I just want to hang on with Nightmare 3. I think that's kind of like a lot of people. I know the Maestro doesn't like it, but it's kind of a standard bearer for a horror movie sequel for a lot of people. It's so much fun. People still love this movie 35 years later or whatever it's been. I don't know. To me, this is a great sequel. I think it's so much fun.
I mean, its influence is clear.
I was going to say, I will say this. I like Nightmare 3. However, if you've ever had the chance to read or see anything about the original Wes Craven script for Nightmare 3, it's phenomenal. I wish we would have gotten that movie. It was a darker Freddy. Oh, you don't know about this? You can find it online. There is a Wes Craven was originally tasked with writing the script for Nightmare on Elm Street 3.
They were going to bring him back after 2.
Yes. So they were going to so he wrote the script. The script was written, and they didn't go with it because it was going to cost them too much money. Like the opening sequence of this movie was basically giant Freddy ripping somebody out of a car into a tree.
Oh wow!
But I mean, we got a kind of a giant Freddy, but it was a whole different. It was going to have to be this and that. The one of the few things that survived. There's some things that are the same in both. One of the few things that survived was Worm Freddy.
Oh, okay.
So like there was a couple things that were cut from the Wes Craven thing. But if you ever get a chance, it's crazy. The dad, played by, of course, the late John Saxon. He ends up he's a bigger part of the story instead of just like an afterthought drunk in a bar. And at one point in juncture, he cuts his eyelids off of his face.
Jeez.
Yeah, so like when I say it's a darker script, it's a super dark script. If you ever get a chance to either read the script or actually you can find on YouTube, there's a couple different people who have covered the strips. I'll give a shout out to them. There's a show on YouTube called We Watched a Movie. They cover a lot of horror movies. They're big on like Halloween and stuff. They do one where they go through old scripts that got, whatever reason. This is one of them that they go through in great detail. If you ever look it up on YouTube, I'll send you a link, Professor, or maybe I'll even put a link in the description for the podcast and stuff.
Yeah, that'd be
good. It's actually a super good script to go through. But yeah, Wes Craven originally did a script super dark, but the reason it didn't get made was it was going to cost way more money than they wanted to pay at the end of the day. Yeah. And that's also why.
And Wes Craven actually still was involved with writing the screenplay for this, along with, and here's a surprise to a lot of people, Frank Darabont was actually one of the screenwriters for this too.
Yeah,
so I love Frank Darabont.
They did keep some of the Craven stuff for this. That kind of makes sense.
Some
of the Craven ideas from the original script did make it into the finalized product. Yeah. Also, the fun fact, part of the reasoning that is not confirmed, but what some people believe is the reason why we have different looking people in the poster. Remember, the poster doesn't have the characters right.
Yeah.
The reason why is because they said that somebody must have. They assume the artist possibly got a copy of the Craven script because the characters are actually different in the Craven script.
Yeah.
So there's a little fun could be, but nobody's ever confirmed. Of course, Wes is not with us anymore.
No, that's interesting though. I remember seeing the poster and being like, wait a second, that doesn't happen.
So there you go. So there's a little fun fact. But yes, I'll get a link in the description. But yeah, so We Watch Movies. They did a really good one. Just like this podcast though. If you guys listen to this podcast, you'll be all right because they have a potty mouth like me.
Yeah.
they like to swear, but they also do some really funny Halloween stuff. So they have a bunch of different ones. They read scripts and put it out there. So it's actually really cool. So check it out. Continuing on though, Mike, number 9.
All right, number 9. So now this next one, you guys are probably going to give me a lot of flack for, but I stand by this, that this is an extremely, extremely good sequel. And it's certainly not Jaws 5, and it's not even Jaws the Revenge, but it is Jaws 2, which is one of my all-time favorite sequels. And I think that this movie is almost as good as the original one. I stand
we're having
by
technical
that.
Difficulties. I think we're going to have to hang up on Mike.
You guys can think what you want. Jaws 2 is very much in line with the first movie.
All right. And Hellbound is in oh man.
He's going in.
Man.
He's turning red again.
Oh man.
I know you guys do. I know both of you respectively are on the phone. I want to point this out.
About this is
the professor is turning red again.
I applaud you for even having the balls to say that.
Well,
even I wouldn't have.
Like I enjoy watching Jaws 2.
I don't understand.
I like Jaws 2.
I don't understand why people like crap all over Jaws 2. It's almost as good as the first one.
I do not crap on Jaws 2. I actually really enjoy Jaws 2, but a better horror film than Hellbound Hellraiser 2, I'm gonna strongly disagree with this.
I'm gonna strongly disagree that it's a good movie.
Hellbound's too confusing. There's some stuff that just doesn't make sense with the plot, and that's why I put it lower.
Wait.
So,
but Jaws 2, guys, there's a shark here still. No, we didn't listen to you last time. You know what we're going to do? Not only am I still mayor, for one thing, I'm going to not listen to you this time, too.
The
mayor!
What
you want to talk about doesn't make sense.
Don't ever compare me to the Jaws mayor. Don't ever compare me to the Jaws mayor.
The mayor, how is that guy still
Best line
mayor?
in the Ghostbusters remake.
And, wait, it takes down a helicopter.
It gets burnt. It gets burnt in the first part of the film.
Well, then he takes down that rescue helicopter.
It's a Freddy Krueger fucking shark for most of the movie. Come on, man.
Hey.
Oh, and then we have to get the sound bite at the end because he has to have like come bite on this. Fuck yeah.
Cable Junction,
dude. Royce, by the way,
see, I
true story
do
about that. Roy Schneider was
too.
only back because he had to. He was contractually obligated.
Yeah,
or else he would have been out of there.
I do support Mike in his love of Jaws 2 because I do actually. It's a guilty pleasure. I enjoy watching Jaws 2. It's a fun movie to watch.
I think it's a good continuation of the first story. The family dynamic is still there. I don't know. I
Honestly,
stick by that movie.
I do actually more support Rich in his point that we should hang up on Mike.
And I'm 2 steps away from hanging up on the professor, which is really hard to do because he's sitting in front of me, but I can mute him. Oh, man.
Well, maybe I'll redeem myself with number 8. So let's move on.
I doubt it.
Doubt it, Doc.
Well,
oh.
give me a chance here because I know you guys like this one. Number 8, Wes Craven's New Nightmare.
Oh, yes.
Okay, I do like this
Okay,
movie.
yeah.
I do like this movie. Okay.
Yep.
You did get a little redemption.
Just when I thought
All right.
All hope was lost. You
do
totally
something,
redeemed yourself.
New Nightmare is
Just when you didn't think it was safe to go back in the water.
Yeah.
Yeah, New Nightmare is
Craven's New
excellent. I
Nightmare.
like it. Yeah, I love it. It's a really cool movie. Once again, going back to that script that Wes Craven wrote for 3, a lot of people believe, including the hosts, and they were quoting other people as well of the show I was talking about, that, and it does sound this way, that the Freddy Krueger you would have gotten in Nightmare 3 is a very similar Freddy Krueger that you get in New Nightmare.
Yeah.
Not that he was a real entity demon, but that the evilness of the character. It was a very dark Freddy.
Yeah.
Instead of being whatever. And that's what I kind of like about New Nightmare, is because I understand that
He was
technically it's
scary.
not Freddy,
Yeah.
but it is.
He was
And it
still
really
joking
good.
around a little bit, but
it was
like
still
he was
dark,
scary.
man.
Yeah. He was scary looking and yeah.
Good stuff. I actually have the New Nightmare Freddy on the office here.
Yeah.
It is right above my head.
Nice.
The figure. I got that for
Yeah, I
Christmas
love
from a
the
friend.
trench coat
Yeah,
look, the
man.
hat, the everything. The look of him.
So good.
That movie itself, the story is great.
I like
Everything
it.
about
Super
it's
meta, but really good.
Yeah.
I mean, it's technically the precursor to Scream.
Yeah,
'Cause think
definitely
about
a
that's his
stepping
first-
stone to Scream.
Yeah, he's definitely his world is going to meta first.
Can we just point this out about the costume real quick? It's basically like Noir Freddy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's good. I like
cool.
it. It's
And there's
different.
something like really cool about that.
Oh yeah, I thought it was really cool. I'm a big fan. So like I said, you redeemed yourself a little bit, Mike.
Yeah.
But I feel like he
right.
only brought us up to let us down. It's like that battered wife
Well, it may
syndrome.
have.
Next, Troll 2.
Troll
I
2.
may have, because I don't know how you guys are going to feel about the next one. You guys might be kind of iffy on the next one too, but it is one of my all-time favorite sequels and one that I watch every year during October. That would be number 7, Halloween 4: The Return of Michael Myers. My opinion, the
I
best
thought that
sequel
was
in
going
that
to be
entire
higher.
Yeah, wow, I'm surprised.
I thought you were going to put
I have
that
a
higher.
problem with
I'm
that.
not going to lie.
I do not have.
I do
yeah,
not have
I mean,
a problem with
this is
that.
a good choice. This is a
Series.
good
It's a
choice.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite sequels.
series. All right.
It is. The ending,
All right,
especially.
Mike,
is
I'm not
like,
going to lie. That was my guess that was going to be your number 1.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Oh, I got some good ones
Yeah,
coming
what
up
about-
ahead of it.
I wouldn't have been surprised.
Okay,
The
so-
next one,
we agree with
actually,
this.
when we get to number 6, I know that the Maestro is not going to agree, and I don't know about the Professor with my number 6, but I know Rich is probably going to agree with my next one. But I don't know. No, you
Okay.
guys will like it.
Let's
you
see.
guys are going to be okay with it. You guys are going to be okay with it. Actually, yeah, no, that's. I might as well move on with it here because no, I think you guys are both going to like it. So number 6, without further ado, we got enough suspense leading up to this. Evil Dead 2.
Yeah,
Okay,
it's good.
yeah.
It's real
Oh,
good.
yeah.
Why
I
wouldn't
love
I?
Evil Dead. I was going to say, I love Evil Dead 2.
What do you think? Why would I not like this?
Who doesn't like Evil Dead 2?
Oh man, yeah, I love that movie.
The Professor hates it.
What?
The Professor
What?
hates that movie.
Do you hate the movie?
No, I've
He's
never-
looking at me. He's looking at me in the eyes right now.
I'm
He's
I'm
confused.
confused as shit right now. What? I love Evil Dead 2. I don't understand what's going on.
No, I was having like a brain lapse when I was starting to say this, thinking I was like looking at the remake, like we were
Oh.
doing a remake list, like went through my head briefly,
Oh.
and I know that the Maestro doesn't like the remake, even though he's only seen
I
it the
enjoyed
one
the
time.
remake.
We all went
The
to see it in
remake
theater.
I have issues with,
So-
but it's
That's why I was like, Rich, I know is going to love
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
I do
yeah,
love
it's
the
just I
remake.
had like a brain lapse when I was saying it. So
But
yeah, Evil Dead 2
Evil Dead
number
2 is
6.
great.
yeah,
Evil Dead 2 is
it's a
great.
fantastic movie.
I'll even take it a step
Someone
further.
Evil Dead 2.
I don't like it. I don't like it more, but because Evil Dead 2 is definitely better. But I even enjoy Army of Darkness
Yeah, that's fun.
because it's fun.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
It's fucking amazing. I'm just saying. But I mean, I do like Evil Dead 2 better. It is the better sequel in the line. But Army of Darkness is also real fun.
It's still scary, and it's got like crazier elements.
Slapstick. It's really
Yeah,
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah, and it's just
but it's still actually like pretty creepy and
And
scary.
Evil Dead 2 does something in a horror movie that I usually hate, but I still like it, so that should prove a point. Is they do the recap because of because of licensing issues. They do the recap in the first 15 minutes, completely reshot without anybody from the movie.
Yeah.
And I still in that movie I give it a pass because I actually like where the movie goes, but like Normally,
the recap in that one and Army of Darkness are perfect.
Oh, yeah.
Because they lie to you about what happened in the first one in Evil Dead 2.
Yep.
And then they lie to you again
in Army of Darkness, because the end of Evil Dead 2 is completely different. They're hailing him as a hero, and then Army of Darkness, they're trying to send him into the basically the Rancor pick.
Yeah,
like, you're gonna die, bitch.
That's it. He's arrested.
Yeah, so yeah, I love it. I think it's great. I think I like that callback too. But yeah, Evil Dead 2 is a great movie.
Yes.
All right, glad you guys enjoy it. Number 5, I know I'm probably going to get a little bit of pushback on this, but I stand by this one too. I think it's an incredible sequel, an incredible continuation of the first movie, and that's It Chapter 2. I love this. I've seen it probably 5 times now since I saw it in theaters, and I stand by it. This is an incredible sequel. And it is number 5 on my list.
Mike, I agree with you. I love it too.
I love it, but
Thank you.
I don't. Again, better than Hellraiser 2.
I don't know. Okay,
Leaps and bounds better
all right,
movie.
I want to point this out.
Listen, can we at least agree that it's better than Jaws 2? Can we all
It's
way better
It's way better. Than Jaws
Well, I
2.
agree with that. It's higher up on my list.
But here's my thing. I
know.
like it, but I don't know if I like it number 5 high. I like it.
Yeah.
Maybe a little lower.
Like, it is really great, and I love how they managed to actually pull the story off in 2 parts and everything. But I still have issues. I want to see a version of it where they pull off what Stephen King does in the book, where everything that's happening with the kids is happening interspliced with what's happening with them as adults at the same time, like plot wise, story wise, in the timeline of like it splitting it into the kid section and the adult section. That sounds awful. The kids part of the story and the adults part of the story. It loses a lot of the suspense that Stephen King nails. I don't know how anybody would ever film it that way, the way Stephen King writes it, but a lot of this story takes place with them in the lobby of that hotel, passing each other by and being like, "Oh, hey, where's this guy going? Oh, he's going off here, and where's this guy going?" and so on. It's a good movie though. Like, and that opening sequence is just utterly terrifying.
Yeah.
But anyway,
Agreed.
sorry, I lost everybody.
I agree with it.
I like that you brought up something new. And I'll tell you why I think this was a cool choice. I don't necessarily agree that it's better than, say, like Hellraiser 2. With certain movies, the older they are, the more time we've had to sit with them. You know what I mean? Yeah. We sat with Hellraiser 2 since the 80s. You've got like this new one, and I got to tell you, as soon as I was done with it, I wanted to watch it again. Yeah. I'm not a fan of the first one, to be honest. I thought it strayed too much from the book. I hated that Beverly was a damsel in distress. I mean, that really pissed me off. And I thought a lot of the scares, while a lot of them were good, they weren't as good as what Stephen King came up with. What the second one did is really solidify that group. It took enough from King that it didn't feel like it strayed too far, but it also did make it into its own thing. Yeah. And it was scary. I just enjoyed the hell out of it from tip to tail.
It was scary.
So, and how about Bill Hader?
How about
Bill Hader?
Bill Hader, yeah.
Oh yeah.
I thought that he should have been nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in this movie. Truth be told, I thought that he was the strongest one of all of them.
Yeah, I would go for James McAvoy. I think especially the vocal tics that he starts picking up when he starts being scared again. Like he starts stuttering again. I really, really loved James McAvoy in it. But yeah, I mean, It Chapter 2 is phenomenal. It's great, and especially towards the end when they all experience their own personal kind of hell and they are trying to find each other again. That's all incredible. Like, I don't know how they pulled it off. That's insanely good. But yeah.
Good job.
Agreed.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
All right, number 4. Number 4 is one that I also think that we can all get on board with. I stand by it 100%, and that's Freddy's Dead.
I know he's not being serious.
Yeah.
It is not really the number 4. But I do know that the Maestro and the Professor are going to agree with this. Rich, maybe not so much because he's not as big a fan of these, but number 4 is Wreck 2.
Oh, yes.
Yes. One of the best horror movies ever made.
sequel.
Yeah.
I actually think that it surpasses the first one, and the first one was really good.
Yeah.
The first one is really, really good, but I think Wreck 2 might actually be better.
Yeah,
slightly,
I agree.
because they're both so good.
Yep.
But I actually give it a little bit of an edge over the first one.
Yeah, Wreck 2 pushes the envelope as far as found footage movies go. It just makes the camera like an essential part of the story, and like it's not like, oh, why are we using these cameras? Like there's a lot of those found footage movies, like characters try to explain like why they're using the camera still, but in this one it just like it becomes an integral part of the story. And it's scary. It's fucking terrifying. But,
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed. Very good movie. And, this is one that I think I've mentioned this on the show before, but we used to have, or we still have had, every year for, the past decade, I think, or close to it. It started at Maestro's house, where we would do every October. We did an all-day horror movie marathon. And, it's a different degrees and whatnot, but the one year, this was actually the professor's pick, was the first Wreck movie. And I was like, no offense, I just didn't want to watch a foreign film because I didn't want to read subtitles. I didn't want to hear it in a different language. I was completely against it. And this movie, the first movie, Wreck, opened my eyes and opened my mind up to foreign films. And since then, I've had no problem watching any of them. I've gone back and watched all the Ring movies, all the Grudge movies. Or Ju-on, I should say. I've gone back and watched those, and it all started because of the original Wreck. And the following year, we actually watched Wreck 2. And, again, by that point, I was excited for it.
Yeah.
I couldn't wait to see this one. So it took a whole year for me to get to this one. But I actually, I have to credit you for that, because you kind of did open up my mind to watching movies, from other cultures. And boy, were these movies good.
Boy, are they.
I know, Rich, I know you feel that they're overrated.
After the discussion of number 9, I'm sure the professor has opened your mind to many things.
Yeah. Just
Callbacks.
Greatest movie. Such a good movie.
So we have the top 3 now?
bad.
Are we moving to the top 3? Is this the creme
We
de
can
la
move to
creme?
the top 3.
Is this the creme de la
This is
creme?
it. This
The
is
Coupe de Grace.
The coupe de grace.
The Coupe de Grace. Here we are. So number 3 is Aliens.
I like it because I like aliens. I like the franchise too.
No comment.
Uh-oh.
No comment.
It's not a horror movie.
What do you mean no comment?
It's not a horror movie.
You don't like it?
All right. So here's the deal.
It's
I
a horror
know
movie
the professor
sequel.
And I actually have talked about this quite a bit. Aliens, we both sort of have found overrated.
Yeah.
And that's why it's not number 1.
It's not that it's bad. It's not bad, especially that director's cut. James Cameron is not a favorite of. I think I can safely say that it's not really a favorite of either of ours.
Oh no.
I personally really love Terminator. I also really love True Lies. But overall, I'm not a huge fan. And I find you've replaced the Lovecraftian horror of the first one with a bug movie in the second one, with sort of forced emotional overtones. That's how I feel about it. I'm really trying to be succinct about this, because I make it sound like I don't like it, and that's not true.
Yeah.
But I will never believe that like an alien queen is going to be more interesting than people being melted down and put into, and turned into eggs molecularly. That's terrifying.
As
Alien
in
Queen
the
is
original
just a
cut
great
of
film.
Alien, right? Like, because in the there's a deleted scene for Alien, if anybody hasn't seen it, where they show like how the eggs are made, and it's not a queen. What the alien does when he takes the people from the first movie, he's got them all cocooned up, and they're being broken down into the eggs. So the eggs are essentially people, and they've been turned into those finger things that that they just perpetuate the alien creature. So like that's way scarier than a queen. The whole mother-daughter stuff gets a little ham-fisted. in Aliens, and it's just like a straight up action movie, and I like it. I'm totally with the Maestro here. It's a good movie. It's well made. It's a great action movie, but it's not. I wouldn't even classify it as a horror movie, to be honest.
I feel like
No,
like
I
these
think it's
are,
much more of a.
I feel like I've just heard Mike
action
C
movie,
explain
but-
Halloween 2018 again. Like, jeez.
Yeah.
It's really not that great, but I love it.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy. It's got classic moments. It's fun to watch, but man, all right. Anyways.
But I mean, to me, it's kind of like Happy Death Day to You. It's not a horror movie whatsoever, but it's a horror movie sequel and a really good one. And Aliens is a really good movie. It is an action. It's a sci-fi action movie.
Think about
it's not a horror movie. The first one,
technically,
first one is very
it
much
does
a
follow
slasher movie in
his.
space.
Technically, it does follow what his list is.
Yeah,
This is
that's
horror
true.
movie sequels.
It's
true.
a horror movie sequel because Alien is a horror movie.
Loopholes.
People want to argue it as a sci-fi movie. It's a slasher movie in space.
So number
This
2 is going
a
to be
horror movie
Terminator
sequel and
2.
a really good one.
Yeah, but all the
Yeah,
gothic
2
elements.
is Terminator 2.
But like Maestro was saying, like the gothic elements are gone. Like like Alien is scary. Aliens is not scary at all, and that's
No,
my main issue.
But it's still a very good movie.
Like it's fun to watch. It's a good movie. It's a good blockbuster movie.
But by definition of what Mike's
It's a
going
sequel
with,
to
it is
a
a
horror
sequel to a
movie.
horror movie.
Technically,
so there he
yes.
goes. You got it.
yeah.
Yep.
That's his definition. So there you go. It's his list.
It's the same reason that Happy Death Day to You is on my list. So both very good movies, but they're not horror movies.
Hellraiser 2 should be where Aliens is.
Sure.
I'm just ribbing you.
What's number 2?
You're ribbing me. Number 2, and I think that you guys might be a little bit surprised that I've got this at number 2 instead of number 1 based on previous shows that we've done and conversations we've had, but it is the criminally underrated Psycho 2. Second best horror movie sequel ever.
That is phenomenal.
It's a good choice.
It is a good choice. I don't know. I'm surprised it wasn't number 1.
Oh,
There's a few I'm surprised.
I want to high five you, but I can't. So I'm just gonna hit my phone.
You're gonna what?
I'm gonna hit my phone.
You can't
You're gonna
high
hit your phone.
five.
Do you not agree with this?
No, he's
high-fiving.
high-fiving you.
He's high-fiving.
Pay attention.
Oh, you're happy. Oh, gotcha.
This is your show.
This is a good pick. It is a good pick, and I enjoy the
appreciate
pick. I
that.
like it.
And we went through all
That
the
took
Psycho
way
stuff,
too
but-
long to explain. I'd like to formally apologize for that last comment.
This is the only. By
Well,
the way,
it's tough when you're
this is the only.
when
This is
you're
the
on
only
when you're
sequel
on
I
a
watched.
phone.
Now.
It's the only one you're watching.
What?
No, I said this is the only one.
What did you
This
say?
is the only one that was worth watching out of the sequels and of when we did all Psycho.
Yeah, the Psycho month.
Oh my lord!
Oh, come on.
Nah.
3 was just as good. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh no! It wasn't 4 bad, or no, not 4 bad. Fucking the
4 was
remake.
great too.
Sorry,
Listen,
the remake.
I love the Psycho series. Let's talk about the second one retcons the first one. The third one retcons the second one. The fourth one throws them all out. And then we remade the original shot for shot with freaking,
It's an amazing series. Yes.
Vaughn. I mean, the Psycho series is almost perfect, really.
Yeah. I never thought
Almost
about
there.
that. They all
Just
retcon
lacking.
each other. Yeah.
If anybody didn't see Psycho 2 and was thinking about it, I think I probably just talked them out of it. So
Actually, Psycho 2 is very good. Very good.
Watch it.
It's
Watch
the
it.
best.
Psycho 2
It's the
is
best.
so good.
It's the best one in the series, with the exception of the original. But it is amazing. And then there's a deep fall off. It's like the Jaws series. There's a deep fall off.
But Jaws is
Right.
after
Yeah.
one.
I think
After
it goes.
Jaws 2, the rest is terrible.
No, I think I heard
Listen.
somebody else mention this, and I can't remember who it was, and not in this podcast, but somewhere else. And it's like the Jaws series, like almost equally half as bad as it goes on. So like the Jaws is great, and then like 2 is half as good, 3 is 25% as good, and Revenge is like 12.5% as good.
3 is something else. Jaws
well, I
3
can't
is
wait to
just-
get to 5.
So five
Yeah.
is obviously
I cannot
6
wait to
and
see Jaws 5.
yeah, it's
Cruel
gonna get
I
really
can hear the
Jaws.
voiceover now. From the director of Hell of the Living Dead.
Oh jeez.
I can just hear it now.
Cruel.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so it's the moment we've all been waiting for. What is number 1?
All right, so no drum roll needed for this one.
Oh,
The number 1 horror movie sequel of all time, according to Mike C., is Bride of Frankenstein.
Okay.
Wow, you went deep.
Ha!
Deep dive. Good pick.
Nice.
You were swerving there.
Yeah.
You didn't see it coming, did you?
No, I'm a little bit surprised. I guess I was expecting something.
He was taken
modern.
aback.
I was expecting something a little more modern. This is a terrific choice. And very
Yeah.
Can't,
You thought I was
can't
going to say
argue with
Hellbound Hellraiser too.
just it
Part two,
appears
the
twice
revenge.
in your list.
Yeah, it's so good I put it on there twice. So Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Number 13 and number 1.
I want to hear the explanation.
You really thought that's where it was going to go, didn't you?
Yep.
That's it.
Hey,
Bride of Frankenstein. The greatest
classic
sequel ever.
Universal. Hell yeah.
I especially love the way the guy who plays Lord Byron in the opening rolls his R's. If you rewatch this movie, just pay attention to that opening scene where they.
Riveting. Yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Girl
Oh,
with
Mary,
hemorrhages.
shall you write us a? Oh man, it's
Good.
that's a great opening scene. With does anybody know that actor? Probably not, but he's great. The guy who
I
plays
think it was Frank Sinatra.
Lord Byron, and then Dr. Proteus. Is it Proteus in this? Maestro. Pretorius. Yeah, Dr. Pretorius is a great character and a cool addition to the whole Frankenstein mythos. I said mythos, guys. So, anyways, mythos. Anyways, good choice, Mike.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. We're perfect strangers,
It's a
The three
sad,
of us,
tragic,
yeah, Mythos.
horrifying movie.
It is. It is. I feel less wanted even thinking about it. So thank you so much. Thank you. That's it. That's my top 10 horror movie sequels list.
Top 20.
Top 10. Top 10 this week. Top 20 overall. Yeah. You know what? You're fired. Don't come back next week. Nobody wants you here.
You're fired. You
Come
can't
back
get
to
rid of
Haley
me.
Mills, Wisconsin, or Illinois, or wherever it is, wherever I am.
Haley
He
Mills.
doesn't even remember where he is.
Did you say Indiana or Illinois?
That is Illinois.
It's in Illinois. There's a Haley Mills in every state.
Haley Mills is everywhere.
That's right. Oh, Lord. Oh, man. We finally got to the end. I don't know how this happened.
Wait, what just happened? I just blacked out.
That being said, if you would like to talk about anything that was talked about in the show, including giving bad movie reviews for the Maestro or having something to say about Mike C's picks for his top 10 in this list, but top 20 overall horror movies, you can do that you can do horror movie sequels. Sorry, you can do that on Facebook, Horror Zone 607. Like and share that page. You can do it on Twitter and Instagram at Horror Zone 607. Hashtag HZ607. Go to 8122productions.com to get all the behind the scenes stuff. Check out friends of the show like the Otodoro Parlay Hour, all the great bands we have. Get some review skis and check out about a whole bunch of different links and more stuff to be added soon. Of course, you can also go ahead and give a follow over on twitch.tv/607 podcast. We've made that affiliate level, so we're onward and upward to hopefully partner status, and we got a lot of cool live streams coming up and more planned and planning more, so that's going to be pretty awesome. Keep your eyes there, and of course, if you're following it, you'll know when we're going live. And last but certainly not least, if you'd like to support the show monetarily and get a ton of extra bonus content, and from now until September 30th, get you some free swag no matter where you go with, you can join us for as little as $1 a month over on patreon.com/8122 productions. It goes to support this show, everything we do, and it's pretty awesome. And like I said, from now until September 30th, if you join the $1 tier, you get 2 stickers, and if you join the $3 tier, you get both stickers and a pin.
These are pretty awesome stickers.
And they're pretty
folks.
awesome stickers. And I've seen the pin too, and the pin looks like the stickers, only in an animal pin form. So it actually looks pretty awesome as well. So with that being said, you might want to check those out. So that brings us to the end. Mike, take it home.
Well, Rich, you can pin me any day. I just want you to know that. So thanks for getting those together for our fans of the show. And I can't wait to see one of those. The stickers look great. They really do look cool.
Yeah.
So I finally got to see that, and I can't wait to get a hold of one. And I'm going to flash it proud. So I might actually put in an order for some. Yeah.
Just so you know, for the stickers, we are sending you one in the mail, and the professor coughed all over it.
Yes.
Awesome. So it's a COVID sticker.
I didn't tell him to give you COVID, but he took it amongst himself to get infected because we're trying to help you out
Specifically for this purpose.
As long as you guys took turns licking it,
every time.
I'm fine with that.
Listen, every time that you've ever threatened to punch him or lighting him on fire is going to come back to haunt you now.
Well, let's get this straight. He actually threatened to light me on fire more. I threatened to burn down the rest of the buildings around him so he could see what he caused.
That's true.
I wanted him to know what
he's going more for the mental anguish.
Yes, he's trying to make you the scapegoat. Beat yourself up in your head.
Yeah. What have I wrought?
Terrible person.
What have I wrought?
I didn't do it.
So with that being said, Professor, thank you as always. Thank you so much for being a part of this show.
Oh.
You add so much to it. You give us so much insight.
I'm just so happy to
really appreciate it.
Be there for you.
He's the best.
Rich, thank you for everything you do week in and week out. We love you, buddy.
You do.
Couldn't do this without you. The show is all you. You make the show go. We appreciate that. Sure. Maestro, thank you so much for joining the show this week. We hope you'll come back sooner than 17 years, in between the next, this time and the next show. So, stop by any time, buddy. You're always welcome here in this house.
Thanks for having me. I think you boys need some excellent movie suggestions that only I can provide. So, enjoy Mausoleum.
I can't wait to watch it. In fact, that's what I'm going to do as soon as we hang up from this call today. I'm going to put on Mausoleum, and I'm going to actually watch it twice. So, I think there's enough daylight.
I hate to tell you that it actually, Mausoleum is one of those films that is actually illegal in Haley Mills, Illinois. So you might have to wait till you get home.
Yeah.
I have to wait till I get home. It might be a while before I get home. I've been traveling the world, as listeners to the show know. So I wonder where I'll be next week. Time will only tell.
I'd set my stakes in Haley Mills.
Just stay put.
Just stay put.
I might stay here for a second week. I might stay here and be here for a second week. It might be worth it. It's beautiful here in Haley Mills, and I couldn't be happier to be here.
No, well, while you're in Haley Mills, maybe you'll bump into the professor's the burning review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should be lingering.
Might stop by.
Love that
I
movie,
might run
by the
into
way.
it. You never
Love
know.
that movie, by the way.
Yes, thank you for watching the movie.
Yeah. No, it was great.
And I love how, no, I'm being serious. He was like, I like the movie a lot when he saw me. I'm like, yeah, only if you would have done that, the week we asked you to do it, damn it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
good timing. He always has good timing, so. But that's it for this week's show. So thank you guys. Thanks, Maestro, for being here. Thank you, listeners, for tuning in each and every week. Until next week, when we're going to be back at it once again, this is Mike T saying, see ya.